Happy Sunday to you, webheads. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and this is Rapid Fire Reviews. That's right, guys. This is a review show where I take all the comic books that I read for this comic book week, and I just do a rapid recap without trying to spoil too much of what happened in the book. So, guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's dive into this bad boy. Sirens Gate issue 1 kicks off this week's countdown. Coming in at number 11, there's just some artists that should stay cover artists, and that's it. This book thinks it can sell based off if it's pretty artwork, and let me tell you, the artwork is not that great in the inside. I felt like the characters looked like they were video game graphics, and the story was uninspiring. The main character was uninspiring, and I don't care if you stick this in a strip club with girls with hardly any clothes on. This book was just horrible. I will not be picking up issue 2. This would have been my least favorite book if it wasn't for that horrible Sirens Gate issue. Coming in at number 10, we have Edgespire issue 5. We're at to the point now where we just can't think of any more spider characters. We got Hunter Spider, Web Weaver, and Silly Spider. Hunter Spider, listen, that was a stretch if I've ever seen it before. It's Kraven the Hunter. That's all it is, except now he's a spider character. Just not a very good story there. And Web Weaver, just like all these other, gay characters or bisexual characters, we go so far out of our way to let the reader know that we're gay. Just tell a great story with the character and develop the character. Hulk issue 9 is next on the countdown. Hulk Planet starts here. We get introduced very briefly with a new character by the name of Monolith. There's a new planet that has Hulks on it. And Starship Hulk actually has a whole crew of Bruce Banners. Didn't care so much about that story. I really cared about the beginning of the story as we go back into Bruce Banner's childhood as he meets a friend by the name of Logan. Yeah, it's not Wolverine, it's somebody else. That's a foreshadowing of something to come. Looking forward to it. Who's not a fan of Saturday morning cartoons? Guys, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures issue 1 that was released. If you loved Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, and Shredder, you're gonna love this book. I felt this book was average. It wasn't as strong as the G.I. Joe version, but it was cool seeing this version of the Turtles together once again, doing a VR battle against Shredder and some of the classic characters. So if you love this version of the Turtles, pick this one up. I'm really on the fence about this next book. This is 3 Keys issue 1. I love the main character of this book by the name of Noah. She's a comic book shop employee. She looks good. The art is absolutely gorgeous in this book as well. But the beginning of this book did not sell me. They tried to get you into this universe all within 2 pages and all its mythology where I felt lost. It was a little bit jumpy. So maybe it needs more issues to tell its story. On the outside looking in, coming in at number 6, we have Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, issue 5 of 7. Man, there was just a lot of action, a lot of fighting going on in this book. And if you remember Sideways, yeah, that dude makes his appearance here. We have the whole Infinite Earths return here. We have our Justice League who's trying to make its return here, coming out of the fantasy planets that they lived in. And we get the return of Beast Boy. Some great looking stuff here, but as we know it, coming up next is we could have the end of the DC universe as we know it. Yeah, I doubt it. We'll see what happens. Top 5 now. We have Rogue Sun issue 7. This was the Choose Your Own Adventure comic. And let me tell you, I love this comic, but I did get frustrated. Every time I made the wrong decision, I always had to go back to page 10. I would make progress, go back to page 10. In fact, I never finished the adventure because I always made the wrong decision. I want to know in the comments below. Did you guys finish this comic? Did you make the right decision? Very original. Love the story here. Hitting that 4th spot, we have Dan Slott's Adjectiveless SpiderMan. issue 1, drawn by Mark Bagley. This book was really a lot of fun. I think Dan Slott really knows how to write Spider-Man well. I think he gave Mark Bagley room to breathe when it came to his artwork, and we get to see the return of a lot of the Edge's Spider-Verse characters, and things are starting to heat up here. I'm very curious though, once this Edge of Spider-Verse ends, I want to know what Dan Slott is going to do with the book that's going to be different. But until then, let's enjoy what we got. Top 3. You guys will be surprised at this one. We have Batman. Issue 128, as Batman continues to do battle against Failsafe. And not only does Failsafe battle Batman, but he also battles the rest of the Justice League. We're made out for some all-out intense action here. What is Batman going to do to defeat Failsafe? Well, Failsafe is waiting for him in Gotham. This book has been awesome. Probably one of the best Batman runs so far that I have read in quite some time. Everyone should be reading this version of Batman. Hitting that 2 spot, we have Junkyard Joe, issue 1. This one is written by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. You can expect nothing but brilliance. This comes straight from the pages of Geiger, and man, the government inserts Junkyard Joe into the Vietnam War, and Junkyard Joe develops an actual feelings for his fellow soldiers out there in the field. And this was a very gory book, but it was very emotional as well. A lot of veterans can probably relate to this situation on what has happened to them. This is a must read, guys. Check out Junkyard Joe issue 1. Coming in at number 1, we have Dark Ride issue 1, written by Joshua Williamson. If you love amusement parks, if you love horror, and you combine the two together, well, you're gonna get Devil's Land. And can you imagine amusement park where nothing is just but horror, gore, torture rides, stuff like that? Yeah, you get that in this book, and it's so much fun. In fact, Joshua Williamson made a park map at the end of this book highlighting all the attractions. We get introduced to the main character in this book, where it's his first day on the job, and his dream is to climb up the company, and you get introduced to briefly on how this park was created. You don't get the whole story. I'm sure we'll get that more as this series goes along. I think when it comes to this issue, the reason why this park was created is you're basically selling souls to the devil to create these horror rides to generate money, greed, and stuff like that. Man, this was fantastic. Definitely pick up Dark Ride issue 1. So there you have it, webheads. There are the reviews for the week. I want to know in the comments below, what were your favorite comics? Hopefully you enjoyed it. And of course, guys, I'll leave you more content right here to check out. And guys, as always, remember, keep buying, keep collecting, but most importantly, always read your comics. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Thank you so much. Bye.